one good thing is, for example, if I now while answering your question, I'm just thinking about my cohort, like who was there in HEC. So there are people from all the backgrounds. So I really don't, uh, I really can't say that, you have to come from this background. This is the prerequisite to join this program. There is nothing like that. I had doctors in my class. I had, I'm business students. I had engineers. I had uh, art students, so sociology, chemistry students, like many kind of all students from different backgrounds were studying management there. So there is, in terms of your bachelor studies or in terms of your skills before, there is no prerequisite. But of course, your application has to be strong, and whatever you have learned in your uh, previous studies or previous company, wherever you were working, you have to portray in your application that, yeah, I mean, there was something concrete which you did. It's not anything big.
Can you
Yeah.
put some light on the preparations that you did during your application stage, like how you shortlisted the programs, admission essays, etc.?
Yeah, sure. So the journey started with Rise Higher again. I mean, because I was talking to Akriti, and she gave me so many inputs, like how you should structure your admission, the whole process. So I think first thing we did is, we first of all, you should know your profile. Okay, I have this much score, I have this bachelor's, I have this much experience. So you know your profile. Based on your profile, you try to look for universities, right? Or the courses. For example, for me, it was course, as I mentioned before when you asked about MIM. So I knew that I have to do MIM. So for MIM, then I found out in the whole world which are the universities which are giving MIM. Based on their rank, I preferred some universities and then I neglected some. And once I shortlisted the universities, then I had some criterias. For example, uh, the duration of the course is one. At some places, it is offered in 3 years. At some places, it is offered in 2 years, 1 year, like that. Then the tuition fees, of course, right? And then we had something like, yeah, career prospects. I mean, how well the career cell or the placement cell in those universities work. And there could be many more. I mean, it depends on person to person. Like there could be many criterias, location, which city I'm gonna be, and things like that. So once you have these parameters on the left column, like it's all about Excel file. So you have to maintain an Excel. You have to list down the universities, you have to list down the parameters, then you again rank them, and then you write the deadlines. These are the deadlines for the application process for round one, round two, round three. Then you decide in round one which university you're gonna apply, in round two which university you're gonna apply, and similar for other rounds. And then you start applying. So once you start applying, then for every university, I found that there are different SOPs. It's not same for any and like every college, right? So you have different essay questions, you have different SOPs. But the good thing with again Rise Higher was, like, Akriti gave me some master SOP samples. In the sense, sample in the sense, there are just questions. So it's not like you will not feel that you're writing a SOP. You are just answering to those questions. And there are few questions. Once you answer them all, it's like it covers your whole life, literally. So that becomes your master SOP. So once you answer them, you give it to Rise Higher, and then I think she sent me back in just within 2 days or one day, and she sent me a master SOP from there. And once that SOP was there, then whenever I'm writing an essay for any university after that, or I'm writing a SOP for any university, I just have to look at my master SOP. I have to take parts from there, whatever is relevant to that particular question. But sometimes, so this is one thing where master SOP helps a lot. So this is one thing. And then there are universities where the question is totally different. I mean, it's not at all related to your SOP. For example, I can give you one example, like in Duke. So in Duke, the MMS application, Masters of Management, I mean, it's called MMS course, which is basically same as MIM. So the one of the questions in application was, uh, explain 25 things. I mean, you should write 25 words which explains your whole life. Like after reading those 25 words, the uh, the person who is evaluating your application, he or she should understand you. Like he or she should imagine you in front of them. So you have to be very careful. But it was the best essay like I wrote, because it was so fun. Like I was just thinking about like what I like, what I don't like. So if I like something, okay, let me write this word and let me explain. So you can write a word and you can explain it in 1 or 2 lines. So for such essay questions, you can't do anything from master SOP. You have to, of course, you can take 1 or 2 points from there, but you have to come up with something new. So every application is very new, but the only good thing is like uh, when you write something, when there are people to review those SOPs or your essays, by time it becomes so refined that finally you get a very good SOP, and then you can be confident about your application. So this was a whole process from shortlisting to submitting the application.